Welcome to Healing Her Feminine, the podcast for high functioning women ready to stop performing wellness and start embodying it. I'm your host, Lindsay Alexis, somatic and functional practitioner, and here you will find grounded insights, soul-led healing, and practical tools to support your hormones, your nervous system, and get back to your feminine rhythm. Let's begin. So today we're talking about a technique that takes 3 minutes every morning for you to calm your anxiety for the rest of the day. Yes, I said that. 3 minutes is all it takes. So let's start with how your mornings might look now. So imagine you wake up in the morning, and what is the very first thing you might typically do? You grab your phone. And as soon as you grab your phone and that screen lights up, across the top, you notice all the notifications that you have. It could be email, it could be text, it could be social media, anything, right? Messages from work. And then when you get out of bed and you go get dressed for the day, the first thing you do typically after you get to the kitchen is you grab your morning coffee. Some of you might even grab your morning coffee before you go get ready. All of this is done before you even eat breakfast or have a minute to just breathe. Okay, you immediately start thinking about your to-do list, and without even realizing it, you've already told your body, we're in a rush, we're in danger, we have to go. And this is what spikes cortisol levels in the morning. I will go ahead and tell you, when you wake up in the morning, typically about 3 to 5 a.m. is when your cortisol levels naturally spike based off of your circadian rhythm, assuming you're getting 8 hours of sleep, okay? So you're already having this spike of cortisol that early in the morning, and then you wake up an hour, 2 hours later, and you're further spiking that cortisol level. So your body is in fight or flight mode literally for the rest of the day, just because you set the tone for that early on in the morning. What this tells your body to do for the rest of the day is to scan for threats. Where's the tiger coming from? So what I would want to do today is I want you guys to start your morning with safety signals instead. I want you to set your nervous system to calm as soon as you wake up in the morning, and that will carry you through the rest of your day without the cortisol spikes, without your body being in fight or flight all day long. So here's the technique, okay? When you get up, you can either sit or stand comfortably with your feet on the floor. Putting your feet on the floor is a technique that helps you literally ground, okay? You can also go outside and do this if you'd like, but having your feet on the ground signals to your body literally that you're stable. Then you inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Then I want you to hold that breath at the top for 2, and then exhale it through your mouth for 6. And then I want you to repeat that 3 or 4 times, focusing on expanding your belly. We call it belly breathing. Basically, you're filling your belly up like you would a balloon, holding it, and then releasing it. Okay? This is going to reset that cortisol level. It's going to reset your vagus nerve to start the day off calmly. It's like, okay, we are safe, we are present, and we are grounded. The next step is that I want you to do a sensory check-in. A lot of times when we get high anxiety, we get this rush of overwhelmed feeling. And even friends of mine from years ago said, you should do this next step when you're in any of that panic attack type mode. So notice 5 things that you can see. You can say it out loud. 4 things that you can feel. 3 things that you can hear. 2 things you can smell. and one thing that you can taste. Now, if you listen to the podcast from yesterday, the thing you can taste is your electrolyte water, and that'll start your day off on the right foot as well. If you guys have downloaded the 7-day morning rituals blueprint that I have, you'll notice that that is one of the first steps in your creating that morning routine, is making sure you do some sort of breathing exercise and getting those electrolytes in first thing. So that's step number 2, the sensory check-in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that's going to bring you even further into being present. And it's going to erase all those racing thoughts. Okay, so by this point, you still haven't checked your phone. I want you guys to resist checking your phone. The next step is really important, and it doesn't seem like it would be important, but it does set your day up for success for the rest of the day, is setting an intention. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? This is huge. If you guys follow Kathy Heller, she speaks about how you design your day, how you can pick out, you can choose your mood and your emotions for that day, just like you would your clothing. You go into the closet and you decide, today I'm going to feel like this. And then when you set that intention, when it comes to your feelings and your thought patterns, the rest of your day is literally set up for success in whichever emotion or thought you have chosen. So ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Choose 1 or 2 words. It can be calm, focused, present, energized, joyful, any of those adjectives. And I want you to say them out loud. That way you hear yourself saying it. Now there's more to the morning, routines in that ritual blueprint that I have, but this one's crucial. Okay, especially if you suffer from anxiety throughout the day, you get overwhelmed really easily. This will set you up for success throughout the day. So biologically, what is happening, because remember, we're doing all the things in this podcast. We're doing spiritual, physical, mental, emotional. So biologically, what is happening is you're activating your parasympathetic nervous system, right? That rest and digest that we talked about. This will lower your baseline of your cortisol levels, okay? It also supports a more stable blood sugar and mood. Again, you guys still have not gotten your coffee by the time you're doing this. This is the very first thing I want you guys to do straight out of the gate. Coffee is something that will spike your blood sugar if you take it at the wrong time after you have woken up. So be mindful of that. Again, that too is also in the 7-day morning ritual blueprint. The emotional effect that this technique has is that you're going to feel grounded throughout the day, and you're going to feel clear. You're going to be able to make decisions on a very clear basis. You're going to be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to decision making. Productivity. I guarantee you guys, with your productivity, you're going to notice an increase in your productivity because you're going to start responding instead of reacting. You're going to make decisions a lot faster because you have that clarity, because you set your day up that way. You're also going to have more emotional resilience for obstacles and challenges that will present itself to you throughout the day. Think of it like tuning your instrument. If you guys have ever been in band or even in chorus, we do warm-ups. So before your concert, before you play for the day, it's like tuning your instrument. Okay, that's what this practice is about, is setting you up for the rest of your performance for the day. The music will flow better all day long if you take these first initial steps in the early morning hours as soon as you wake up. And literally, like I said, this is only 3 minutes of your time. Super quick, super easy. I'm here for the busy lifestyle. And how do I get all of these health things in a short amount of time that are quick, effective, and are easy to implement in my day? So I am making this podcast episode really short because I feel like I want you guys to go practice this in the morning. And like I said, everything is in the 7-day morning ritual blueprint that I have. So make sure you guys check the description box For that, you can go to lindsayalexis.co.co/7-day morning ritual, and you can get it there as well. But I'm keeping this one short today because I personally have a busy schedule today. The kids are back in school day one, and my daughter has a hair appointment. So I am wrapping this up. If you guys want to create mornings, like I said, that leave you grounded and energized and calm, then the free gift I have for you is my 7-day morning ritual blueprint. Again, they're super simple, doable habits that will start your day off in calm confidence and really set up that success and productivity that you guys are looking for the rest of your day. Again, that is in the description box. So you don't need these hour-long morning routines where you're doing all of the things. The morning routines typically for me take 15 minutes. If I want to spend more time on something like I mentioned yesterday with affirmations or something, then I'll do that. But 9 times out of 10, it's a 10 to 15 minute routine. It's going to make you feel so much better. And even just this 3 minutes a day thing here, this is going to change your entire day. So I highly recommend this as well. Try it tomorrow morning, see how it feels. And I'll see you back here next time for more ways on balancing our hormones, calming your nervous system, and just getting back home to your feminine rhythm.